Hello, and welcome to the Chez podcast on Paris Underground Radio.
I'm Emily Monaco, fungus expert and professional consumer of cheese.
And I'm your resident wine expert, Caroline Connor.
And we both live in France, where wine and cheese are cornerstones of almost every meal, from the day-to-day to the extraordinary.
At Chez, we feature recipes submitted by home cooks like you and pair them with the perfect wine and the most complimentary cheese.
Welcome to the first episode of the Transplant Kitchen on Paris Underground Radio, presented to you by us. I'm Omid Tavallai.
And I'm Alannah McPherson, Tavallai.
We are otherwise known as Emperor Norton, and we make food for bars and cafes, events, and pop-ups around Paris and beyond.
But we're not here to talk about work. We're here to talk about adapting.
You mean like getting used to kisses on the cheek?
No.
So we're adapting culinarily, basically maintaining our identity as immigrants or expats, and making where we are feel like home by adapting recipes, taking the things we miss and love from home, and making do with the ingredients and the resources we can find where we are.
Hi, welcome to Wine, Dine, Caroline's Happy Hour. I'm Caroline Connor, a wine expert living in Lyon, France, where I am otherwise known as Wine, Dine, Caroline. Now, this isn't your average wine podcast. You can join me at Happy Hour, where I'll be meeting with friends, new and old, to hear a funny, stupid, or just all-out ridiculous story from their life.
And I think that we can both agree that half the fun of cooking is in sharing it with the people around you. And I think she really hits the nail on the head there. And that's kind of at the core of what we wanted to do with this podcast, which is take a simple dish like this one-pot pasta and pair it with wine and with cheese and turn it into something even better, right?
Absolutely. And, that is what food is all about, right? It's about love.
Exactly. It is all about love.
Let's get to this episode's subject. That's cake donuts, also known as our origin story. And we assure you that a recipe will follow. So how are cake donuts our origin story as cooks? How does this go?
Well, it all started with Robert Downey Jr. eating donuts in a giant donut.
So I told you the premise of this podcast. I wanted you to tell me a funny or stupid story. Stupid is encouraged. And then I pair a wine with it.
It's really hard, isn't it, if someone asks you to pick a funny story about them. There are quite a lot of really funny stories about me, I think. I don't know that I would want a lot of them to be recorded.
Yeah, that's the problem.
So I had to, and I was thinking then Will, pick a story which kind of reflects well on you. So
I don't know if that's the point.